do we deliver quality education amidst the pandemic? We make sure that you are equipped with online courses in the safety of your own home. Finding new solutions. Solutions that would help you study more and worry less during these challenging times. We believe that contributing new solutions can surpass all limits. One of the solutions is to go digital. Malayan Colleges Laguna, finding solutions to surpass the new normal.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the CyberLounge, an online meeting for the MCL Senior High School parents and students. So this morning, we're going to have the session for grade 11 students and parents. To start our program, let us all bow our heads for the opening prayer. Dear God, we thank you for this morning that you have given us. Thank you for the resources that we have to make this event possible. We continue to ask for your guidance as we go along with this program. May all our parents, students, teachers, and stakeholders remain safe wherever they may be. Give us an open mind to understand the things that are going to be discussed this morning. We also ask for guidance for the presenters that they will be able to relay and communicate the message that they wanted to communicate to their audience. All of these we ask through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. So again, good morning and welcome to CyberLounge. I am your moderator for this morning. My name is Edmelia Sitandang. You can simply call me Ma'am Ems. For the opening remarks, let's have the senior high school principal, Mr. James Ronald O. Messina.
Morning to our parents and welcome to CyberLounge. This is our second meeting for this school year 2020-2021. And kamusta po kayo? Welcome to Malayan Colleges Laguna, Amapua School. Yung mga grade 11 students natin na kasama ngayon, yung parents ng grade 11 students, siguro nakita niyo ako last year representing the admissions office and now I'm representing the senior high school. Nevertheless, I'm representing Malayan Colleges Laguna. And again, ulitin ko po, maraming salamat for the parents for entrusting your children's education sa senior high school. And when I presented the senior high school last year, I was very quick to say that we are transitioning the department and the curriculum to a semestral system. That's why we are very excited. We were very excited at the time that the offering of the senior high school will be energized with new designs for instruction, new curriculum, new teachers, and definitely naganap naman po yun during the first semester. And mas naging exciting pa because of the pandemic that we really had to flip the mode of instruction from the usual face-to-face to fully online. And isa po yan sa pinagpapasalamat namin sa parents for always being cooperative with the initiatives of the school for the senior high school. And part of the initiatives of the administration is to have a collaborative engagement with the parents by occasionally scheduling online discussions with you. And last October was our second actually, because in August we also had the parents orientation. So this is the third na online meeting with parents. And upon checking, we have 58 attendees. Hopefully, dumami pa po itong mga ito para mas maraming discussions na maganap for this morning. And we promise that we will not go beyond 12 o'clock para po hindi naman tayo maging information overload. So, we started the second semester last January 20, but our first week was mostly enrollment activities. So, para po dun sa mga parents na nagpapanik, January 20 pa pala nag-start. Ano na ang sitwasyon, ba't hindi pa nakaka-join yung anak ko? Ongoing pa rin po ang enrollment. So, we tried to simplify the enrollment process. Hindi nyo na kailangan pumunta dito. Hindi nyo na kailangan mag-sign up. All you have to do is to check again the One MCL and the parent portal and review the payment scheme that you have chosen when you enrolled last July or August 2020. And just stick to the payment option. Update the financial accountabilities, and the Treasury Office will be giving the clearance for your child to be included in the enrollment list for the second semester. And that's the time that we are going to include the student in the Blackboard Learn courses. So, yun po. Kaya yung mga parents po na nagtatanong na paano namin malalaman yung aming financial accountabilities? Nasa 1MCL po yan, sapagkat kung ano yung pinili ninyo na payment option noong August, noong July 2020, ayun pa rin naman po yun. All you have to do is to fulfill the accountability, the obligation na kailangang isettle prior to the second semester. And ongoing pa po yan. To date, we have 1,200 students who are already enrolled in Blackboard Learn, and that's what? Safe to say that it's around 75% or 80% already of the entire senior high school population. So, yun po, para sa mga nakikinig na parents about the enrollment, tuloy lang po natin yung pag-check sa 1MCL at isettle natin yung dapat isettle so that they can already be enrolled in MCL's Blackboard Learn. So, this is a new year for all of us, but basically it's just a resumption of our online learning that we started in the first semester. And the reason why we are gathering the parents today is to have a meaningful discussion about the issues and challenges that we had for the first semester. And that's an assurance from our end that we are actually listening to the parents and also to the students kung meron kayong mga issues and challenges. Kailangan po yan makarating sa amin so that we can address them immediately. Okay? So maraming salamat po for joining. Sana dumami pa yung ating mga attendees. We're expecting hundreds of participants for the grade 11. And para hindi naman kayo ma-overload din sa akin, I asked two of the coordinators from the senior high school to facilitate the discussion for this morning. And I would like to assure you, lalo na yung mga parents po na masyadong hands-on dun sa mga bata na naka-enroll din, naka-sit-in din dun sa mga klase nila everyday dahil nasa bahay lang naman sila. Yung mga ipe-present po namin sa inyo ay na-discuss na sa mga bata during their homeroom guidance session last Monday. So, pakitanong po yung mga anak ninyo, ikaw ba ay umattend? Ikaw ba ay pumasok ng Monday? Kasi kung hindi ka pumasok ng Monday, hindi mo na capture itong mga information na to about the second semester and the procedures and guidelines that are important, paano yun? Baka mamaya sasabihin, hindi na naman yan naiintindihan. So, yan po ay nasa Blackboard Learn din. So, yung presentation ng teacher ay nakapost din sa BBL ng bata. So, pwede niyang i-review. Yun na po yung second layer ng information dissemination. Ang pang-third layer po natin ngayon, which we are discussing to the parents, the same, relatively the same contents that we discussed last Monday to the students. So dapat po, common understanding, we're on the same page kung ano yung naiintindihan ng mga estudyante, yun din naiintindihan ng mga magulang, at yun din ang ini-implement ng mga teachers. And I think that's something that is very important, that in the new normal, wherein we do not meet our students, literal na hindi namin sila nami-meet lang namin sila virtually, it's important that we ensure the smooth flow of communication among the stakeholders, the faculty members, the students, the parents, so that if ever there are challenges and issues, we can address them immediately. Okay? Kaya wag po kayong magugulat na yung mga presentation natin ngayon ay baka naipakita na ng mga bata sa inyo nung Monday. Pero kaya po kami nagtatawag ng meeting ay para kung may mga questions ang mga magulang naman, kasi kung minsan yung mga students, bagamat may mga agam-agam, hindi nagtatanong. So this is now the opportunity for the parents to raise their concerns on the guidelines and anything that you may want to bring to us, call our attention about, so that we can arrest if there are potential problems o baka meron na mga existing problems na kailangang isolve. So, kagaya nung lagi kong sinasabi, napakahirap naman na bandang huli, tsaka tayo nagre-repair ng mga bagay-bagay. And I'm very proud to announce that there are several developments in the rollout of the senior high school program in terms of the class schedule, in terms of the organization of courses, scheduling, yung mga ganon, ng mga course activities. And I'm sure our two speakers, our two presenters for this morning will be confident enough to discuss to our parents. So thank you very much for joining. I will now turn you over to our speakers. We have Ma'am Ces Betoy, the Cluster Coordinator of the Languages and Research, and Ms. Edmelia Tandang, o baliktad ako, Humanities and Social Sciences pala si Ma'am Ces, and Languages and Research si Ma'am Ems. Okay? Natawa si Ma'am Ces eh. Hindi masyadong halatang kinakabahan. Ayan. So wag niyo po silang ibuli. Ang instruction ko po sa kanila ay light lang ang ating discussion for this morning. Ibig sabihin po, let us set aside formalities. The objective of CyberLounge is basically to serve as a meeting point of discussions and, take note, and agreements towards the end of the session. So, chill lang po tayo. Pag-usapan po natin yung mga dapat pag-usapan so that we can resolve them na bandang huli masasaya tayo. Okay? So, Ma'am Ces and Ma'am Ems, nandyan ba kayo? Baka gusto nyo mag-unmute?
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Ayan.
Good morning.
Ayan. So, ito po si Ma'am Ems, our coordinator of the Languages and Research. She has been with us for 3 years now. Tama ba?
Yes, sir.
Ayan. And we have here Ms. Ces Betoy, the Cluster Coordinator of Humanities and Social Sciences. Ayan. So, ilang years na ba si Ces sa MCL? 3 years na rin?
Yes, sir. 3 years.
Ayan. So, sino maunang mag-discuss? So, I will be intervening in the discussion from time to time kung kailangan po ng clarification. So, sino mauna? Ma'am Ces and Ma'am Ems? Ayan. So, si Ma'am Ces will start the discussion. So, I will now turn over the virtual floor to Ma'am Betoy. Thank you very much and good morning po sa ating lahat.
Thank you, Sir James. Hi, Ma'am Ems. Good morning sa ating mga kapwa coordinators, and also good morning to the parents na nanonood po and joining us to this CyberLounge. So, ngayon po, ayan, I will be discussing po yung mga things na dapat po ninyong malaman bilang parent. May PowerPoint po ba tayo? Ayan, sige. Okay, so I will be presenting to you yung mga, ano po ba yung mga online learning guidelines natin, the class schedule, para makita nyo po yung sample class schedule ng ating mga anak, ang ating academic calendar. Also, the completion of C1 and C2 grades. Ayan, i-discuss ko po yan later. And also yung mga role po ng ating mga advisors. Ayan, so ang ating mga anak po ay may mga advisors. So ano po ba ang role ng ating mga advisor? Ano po bang maaasahan po natin from them? Also, meron po tayong Senior High School Career Week na nangyari po nung Thursday, Friday at ongoing din po. Assessment and grading system, isa rin po yan sa pag-uusapan natin, and of course, other matters. Ayan. So, let me start po with the schedule. So, merong pong sample schedule. Baka po nakita na ninyo yung schedule ng inyong mga anak. Meron po kayong tatlong kulay na nakikita. So, may orange, may yellow, and then may red. So yung ating yellow po, yun po yung synchronous classes po natin. So later on, I'll discuss ano po ba yung synchronous classes, ano ba yung ine-expect natin kapag synchronous class. And then yung orange naman po, ito yung asynchronous. So makikita po ninyo, bawat subject or bawat course ng bata, meron siyang 2 oras na asynchronous or 1 oras na asynchronous. And then, yung red naman ay digital period. So, sa 4 na oras sa isang subject, meron po siyang 1 digital hour or digital period. Now, let's proceed. Ano-ano po ba itong mga synchronous, asynchronous, and digital period? So, later, i-discuss ko po yan. Now, if you have, or if you see C1 or C2 po na grade ng inyong mga anak, ang C1 po, ang ginagawa po namin dyan ay yung mga cluster coordinator po na nag-a-advise sa mga estudyante if they see C1 or yung mga estudyante na nag-i-inform sa mga cluster coordinators or instructors, then kinokollect po namin yung mga information ng may C1, and then kapag dumating po yung schedule for the removal exam, so ito po ay sa week 8 ng semester na to, so March 8 to March 12 ang ating removal exam. Once they pass itong task na to na ibibigay sa kanila, so yung exam na ito, naka-obtain sila ng passing grade or passing score, then i-accomplish po namin yung completion task and they will be given a grade of 75. Now, upon processing the completion task, magkakaroon po or mabibil ang bata ng 50 pesos. Ayan. Yung 50 pesos po na yon ay per subject or per course. Ayan. Next naman po ay C2. Ito pong C2 naman, ito po yung ating remedial classes. So, yung mga bata po na makaka-receive ng final grade na lower than 72. So, ito po, ang gagawin ay they have to email the cluster or the strand coordinators. May naibigay naman po sa kanilang email addresses. And para po mabigyan sila ng advice. And there's a form na kailangan po nilang i-accomplish together with the signature ng parent at also copy po ng ID ni parent. Para po at least aware po kayo kung ano po yung nangyayari or status ng bata regarding sa kung anong subject. Then, the student enrolls po the remediation course. And so, meron po kaming schedule na binibigay po sa bata. And then, after that, i-add po sila sa BBL at doon po nila i-accomplish yung mga task na kailangan po nilang ma-complete para ma-obtain din po yung passing score. And upon completing the course or getting the passing score, they will be receiving a grade of 75 at ito po yung ipaprocess. Ang bata naman po ay nabibill din naman with regard to sa payment po ng remediation. Now, let's proceed po dun sa synchronous, asynchronous, and digital. Ayan. So, yung synchronous kanina, if you remember, yung po yung yellow na code doon sa schedule ng mga bata. So, ang synchronous po, ito po yung real-time online learning as scheduled in the courses. So, 1 hour lang po ito because, again, we need to follow din kung yung exposure ng bata pagdating sa yung screen time niya, yung screen time ng bata on a daily basis. Ayan, so 1 hour po siya, and we also follow a certain structure pagdating po sa synchronous class. And asynchronous naman, ito naman po ay self-paced, where students may take the course activities during their preferred time. So, meron po siyang nakalaan na sa bawat subject na 2 hours or 1 hour na asynchronous time. So, dito po nila pwede po sila manood ng pre-recorded video, or pwede po silang sumagot ng mga task, or mag-complete ng task, or sumagot ng quiz. Ayan, yan po yung ginagawa during asynchronous. And then, si teacher naman po, pwede nilang i-message. So, if in case na they encounter a problem, habang nagsasagot ng exam, lalo na po at marami pong, or sunod-sunod yung mga, say for example, mga maintenance sa internet. So, pwede po sila magsabi sa teacher agad-agad. Next po ay digital. Ayan. So, ang digital po natin, ito po ay online or distance education that happens in real time on a set class schedule. So, yung digital hour, ito po yung continuation pa rin. So, hindi po siya continuation po siya. Kung hindi po niya natapos yung task during the asynchronous, pwede po niyang gamitin itong digital hour para i-complete yon. So for the synchronous, the session must be done once a week. Ayan, tulad po na sinabi ko kanina. And also, punctuality in attending synchronous classes is a must. Synchronous meetings will be used for lesson discussion, deepening sessions, and consultation. So later, i-discuss ko po, may consultation po ang bata sa taskman or sa grade. Scheduled synchronous meetings are to put to calendar. Ayan. So we always remind the students na i-mark nyo na yung calendar nyo for the synchronous classes, and also they are reminded through BBL announcement kung kailan ulit ang kanilang synchronous class. And announce at least a day before the scheduled class. Then we follow a structure, yung 10:45-5. So yung 10 minutes, ito yung baka kasi may magkasunod na synchronous class ang bata, so at least maghintay kami ng yung 10 minutes na yon para maka-log-in siya sa another class niya, or makainom siya ng tubig, yung ganun po. Also, we can use this 10 minutes for prayer, welcoming remarks, ayan. And 45 minutes naman for the lecture proper. And then after that, we have the 5 minutes for the post-session survey. So, kakamustahin namin, kamusta ba yung klase, yung lessons, may problema ba, and so on and so forth. So, for 5 minutes yan. Ito rin po ay nagsiserve as a student's attendance. Next is asynchronous. Ayan. So, ito yung orange na nakikita po natin dun sa schedule ng bata. So, for asynchronous, it's really very important po for communication and engagement. We are using official online tools, yung BBL course message. Ayan. Yan po yung official namin na tool na ginagamit. So, to communicate to the student, at kamustahin din sila. Also, we can be messaged through MS Teams. Ayan. So, yung MS Teams, para siyang FB kasi pwede mong i-download yung app. And so, madali rin yung communication. And also, we can communicate through email. So, kung may problema, may concern, especially kung kayo po, may concern po kayo, pwede po kayong i-communicate doon sa course instructor, sa subject teacher, or sa amin din po through the tools, yung BBL course message, MS Teams, and email. Next is the digital hour. Ayan. So, digital hour, again, is intended to be used as an additional time. So, ito po ay additional time to finish all the asynchronous activities na hindi po na-complete during that time. So, at least may extra. Ayan, pasensya na mahangin dito sa amin. So, ayan. So, asynchronous activities para ma-complete talaga ng bata yung kanyang mga task. Ayan. Next po, ito, role of an advisor. So, ano po ba yung role ng mga advisor ng ating mga anak? So, one, the advisor bridges between the student and parents and the school. So kung may mga concern, ayan, pwede pong i-bridge ni advisor yan. And then release to student announcements from senior high school principal and other MCL administrators, either through printed letters or electronically through our LMS and our parents portal. So lagi namin tinatadtad po ng announcements ang mga bata to remind them of, especially po yung mga important details or information from the school. Ayan. Next naman din po, from students and or parents, and the advisors forward this to the principal and to the other concerned MCL. Next, the advisor rather collect responses to these announcements and submits this to the senior high school principal and other MCL administrators. So kung may mga concern po kayo regarding academic or non-academic, pwede nyo pong i-raise yung concern ninyo sa advisor. Next is assist in a day-to-day academic and non-academic concerns of students. Ayan. So, kung meron pa pong kino-complete na mga documents, ayan. So, meron po kaming in-announce about that. And so, pwede din po lumapit kay advisor. Receives and or gathers the students in their sections, their expressed needs or concerns. So, may mga concerns po, ayan. So, lapit talaga kay advisor para po sila ay mabigyan po ng accurate na detail kung ano po ang gagawin. Kay advisor po talaga lalapit. Ayun. And also, identify students who may need guidance and counseling. Ayan, isa rin po yan sa ginagawa namin. We sometimes inform the student or recommend to the student and also to the parent if ever there's a need for guidance and counseling. Kasi importante rin po talaga na meron tayong professional help na natatanggap. Monitors, records, and reports the attendance of the students in her advisory classes. Ayan. So, namomonitor po ng mga advisor or minomonitor. So, if in case po nakaka-receive po kayo sometimes ng call from the office or from the department, yun po, nire-request po kasi ni advisor para po ma-check kung ano po yung nangyayari or status ng bata. Advises students on specific needs and situations. Ayan. So, in the process, for example, in the process of disciplinary cases that involve a student. Assist in the day-to-day operations and key events of senior high school department. And also assist the principal in designing and announcing the schedules of major assessments. Ayan. So, nai-inform din po sila about the task and assessments that they need to complete or accomplish. Now, when it comes to assessment, or speaking of assessment, ito po yung ginagawa na, ito po ay na-inform din namin sa mga bata and to inform you also na wala po tayong single attempt. Ayan. So, wala pong single attempt for both minor and major assessment. So, for minor assessment, yung mga for minor assessments, they are open or available at least 2 days. Ayan. So, from 2 days and above, yan, ino-open po namin yung mga assessments po nila. Yung major assessments naman po, such as performance-based task, ito naman po ay available for at least 1 week. Ayan. So, at least, meron po siyang 1 week to prepare and more. Ayan. So, major assessments such as written exams and long tests, ito naman po ay open for at least 2 days. So, talaga nabibigyan po ng ample time ang mga bata to accomplish yung kanilang mga tasks. Grading system. So, for our grading system, yung written works, ito po ay again from DepEd Order number 31 series of 2020. So, ito po yung fina-follow namin. Some courses have written works of 40% and performance task of 60%. Ayan. So, equals to 100%. So, ang passing pa rin po natin for the transmuted ay 75 to 100. So, again, we follow yung transmutation table na nire-release po ni DepEd. So, 75 to 100, ayan, pasado po yan. class standing po yan or raw score ay equivalent to 60 yung 75. 74 to 72 naman, ito naman po yung C1, yung na-discuss ko po kanina. So, for completion, for removal exam po sila. And once they accomplish this task, again po, ang grade po na makuha nila ay 75. And yung mga makakuha naman po ng below 72, ito po ay for remediation. So, they need to enroll to a remediation class para po maipasa po itong subject na ito. Senior High School Career Week. Ayan. So, ito po ay from January 25 to 29. So, tapos na pala. Ayan. So, that was, nagkaroon po kami ng webinar nung Thursday and Friday for grade 11 and grade 12 para din po mabigyan sila ng guidance on how to choose the right career. Kasi po, ang theme po natin for this year ay Road to the Right Career Choices. And our academic calendar, which we already posted also and provided a copy to the students. So, nag-resume na po ang ating second semester noong January 20. And then, on February 15 to 17, ito po ay long test po natin. So, actually, what we did, pinaghiwalay po namin yung exams ng mga clusters na medyo hindi dapat pagsabayin yung yung exam nila. At least hindi naman ganun ka-pressure yung maramdaman ng mga bata. So, February 15 to 17, third long test for the courses under Science, Languages Research at PE. And then, for the next week, February 22 to 24, third long test naman for the courses under Math, Humanities and Social Sciences, ABM, TVL. Ayan. March 8 to 12, as I mentioned earlier po, ito yung removal exam week po namin. So, yung may mga C1, dito po sila take ng exam. And also, we will be announcing this para reminded din po sila. Then, March 29 to 31, ito po ay very important because this is the third quarter grade consultation for both levels. Ayan. So, very important po na i-remind po natin ang mga bata na we need to attend kasi ito po ay synchronous. So, we need to attend para po if ever may question po regarding sa pag-submit ng task na hindi na-submit ng bata pero sa end ni teacher hindi po nag-appear. So, at least po doon po ay nare-raise na po or mayroong maling score na na-encode or mayroong hindi na-checkan na nag-submit naman on time. So, yung mga ganun po mga issue na hindi po natin naiwasan, syempre kasi hindi naman po, may mga glitches pa rin po pagdating sa technology. Pero at least mapag-uusapan po natin during the third grade consultation. So, next naman po is April 21 to 23. Ayan, syempre po kaya maganda rin po talaga umati ng mga bata ng grade consultation para maiwasan yung change of grade na yan. Ayan. So, 21 to 23 ng April. Fourth long test naman po for grade 12 only. Kasi sila po ay kailangan mag-clearance, kaya po medyo maaga po sila dahil po sa kanilang graduation date. So, para again, magkahiwalay pa rin naman po yung pag-e-exam sa grade 12 po, Math, Humes, ABM, TVL ng April 21 to 23 ang kanilang i-exam. Then, pagdating naman po ng April 28 to 30, sa Science, Languages, and PE naman po yung i-exam ng mga grade 12. Pagdating po ng May 5 to 7, ito naman po yung fourth long test ng grade 11. Pero again, ito po ay for Math, Humes, ABM, at TVL po na mga courses. Then the following week, May 10 to 13, fourth long test ni grade 11, 4 courses under Science, Languages, and PE. Ayan. Then May 17 to 21, ito po yung submission ng kanilang performance-based task for grade 11. And for on May 24 to 26, fourth quarter grade consultation and clearance for grade 11. So again, very important na umatin ulit ang mga bata for this at erase yung mga concerns na dapat erase para ma-address ni teacher or ni subject teacher agad-agad para maiwasan again yung mga change of grades na yan. Kasi ayaw po natin yan. Okay. Other matters. Ayan. So, for other matters, work immersion, di pa naman po, sa susunod pa naman. So, skip na po natin to kasi for grade 12 po ito. Now, let's talk about academic policies. So, for attendance and punctuality. So, students are required to attend sessions regularly and on time. If in case po, hindi po makaka-attend ang inyong anak during the synchronous class, maganda po na i-inform kaagad si teacher and magsulat po ng excuse letter. Then, pipirmahan po ni advisor at saka isa-send po kay subject teacher para po at least ma-inform po sila na kung bakit po hindi naka-attend. And if ever may na-miss, at least po address kaagad ni subject teacher yung na-miss na activity or lesson po. And then, of course, they need to participate during the synchronous class. Submission, of course, activities as scheduled. And also submission of students' quick survey on the conduct of online learning. So, dito po namin nababase yung ating attendance sa pag-check sa mga bata. Next, the following interventions will be handled for students with poor attendance and performance in online class. So, this is what we do. Online conference po with the student concerned for consistent absences incurred for at least 1 week. And also what we do is we refer to the Center for Guidance and Counseling, and we also have online meeting or discussion with parent and advisor with the course instructor. Next is the learning platforms. So we use BBL, Blackboard Learn, as the official learning management system. That will cater to the students' needs during online classes. So, lahat po ng modules, ng lessons, ng tasks, even the submission bin, kung saan nila isasubmit, lahat po nasa Blackboard po yan. Even the pre-recorded videos for the asynchronous, ilalagay po namin lahat dyan. So, other learning materials in their enrolled courses are expected to be uploaded in BBL for ease of access. So, aside from BBL Collab, in the conduct of synchronous sessions, we also use other acceptable platforms like Microsoft Teams and Zoom. Code of Conduct and Disciplinary Matters in Online Learning. So, the MCL policy on academic dishonesty and other violations against academic integrity are in place in the conduct of online learning. Therefore, students, upon the submission of the assessment or task, recognize and affirm to abide by the honor code. Mamaya po, ipapakita ko po sa inyo, ano po ba itong honor code na ito? Students who have personal knowledge on any cheating activity or leaking of sensitive information that could compromise the integrity of the assessment and the academic system in general are highly encouraged. So, highly encouraged po sila na mag-email po sa ating senior high school principal, at ito po yung ating email address in senior high school, no space, lowercase at mcl.edu.ph. Ayan. So, confidentiality of the report and the identity of those who will report will be protected. Ayan. So, dami po kasing mga issues in terms of pagpapasa po ng mga task, kaya kailangan po talaga gamitin po itong honor code. Student services, ayan, kung may question po ang inyong mga anak or kayo po regarding the scholarship or membership to recognized student organizations, sa Student Affairs Office po yan sa SAU. Ayan po ang email address. May mga email address naman po na binigay sa mga bata. Center for Guidance and Counseling, ayan po, pwede pong pwede po tayong tumawag at counsel sa ating mga magagaling po na taga-CGC. Center for Health Services and Wellness for any health-related consultations via email. Meron din po tayo dyan. And also Center for Learning and Information Resources for the lab resources and also for the use of library. Ayan, meron naman po kasing online books na pwede pong hiramin sa Clear. Ayan. So for securing the integrity of assessment and honor code, so students recognize that there are certain limitations in the conduct of online learning, of which it is expected of them to learn and finish their task with minimal supervision. So it is therefore encouraged that students keep record of their successful submission. Again po kasi nga, hindi po natin maiiwasan when we submit task, successful sa part ni student, pero hindi naman po successful sa part ni teacher. So ano po dahil wala po kaming nakikita na any submitted task, wala po kaming pagbabasihan kung ano yung grade. Kaya doon po nagkakaroon ng issue and maganda pong pag-usapan or erase yan during the grade consultation. Ayun. So, para po dagdag evidence, maganda rin po na i-record natin or i-screenshot po natin and then we send to the teacher na ito po, na-send ko na po. Ayan. So, you may send it in the form of email notification, email notification or screenshot, snip image, screen captured, etc. So this will aid the students in confirming that their scores and for whatever purpose it may serve in the future. MCL Senior High School Pledge and Honor Code. So ano po ba yung nilalaman nito? So in the spirit of excellence and virtue that Malayan Colleges Laguna, a Mapua School, adheres to its motto, I would like to confirm that all submissions in accordance with any academic exercise is my original work or composition. I also pledge not to engage in any form of academic dishonesty in any and all academic activities at this time of learning in the new normal. So given the fully online setup of the academic term, I also commit to uphold integrity in all academic assessments and that I will not tolerate academic dishonesty and that I will endeavor to contribute in stopping such unfair and immoral act by reporting any act of dishonesty to the proper school authorities. So yan po yung nilalaman ng honor code. Whenever they submit a task, especially research ito, essay ito po ay kanilang work. Grade consultation, ayan. So as mentioned earlier during the discussion ng academic calendar, so students are really highly encouraged to regularly check the Blackboard Learn Grade Center. So lahat po ng raw scores nandun po, naka-view po siya. Now if in case hindi po ma-view, then we can message the course instructor na para mapakita or maging visible sa mga bata. Okay. So during for discrepancies such as but not limited to unrecorded scores or errors in recording must be reported to the teacher within 2 weeks from the date the scores and grades are reflected in the BBL Grade Center. So, kailangan maging vigilant po sila when it comes to their grades and to the scores that they see on BBL. So, anong lagi yan? Pag nakita mo, parang may mali, okay, tanong ka agad kay teacher, bakit ganun yung grade? Hindi naman parang ganun yung grade niya nakita niya doon sa yung binigay sa kanya ni teacher. So, maganda po talaga na laging naka-communicate or may constant communication tayo with the course instructor. Grade consultation is scheduled March 29 to 31. So, again, for third quarter, para po sa grade 12 and grade 11, for third quarter rather, and then for the fourth quarter, May 10 to 13 for the grade 12, May 24 to 26 for grade 11. So, all discrepancies on grade issued on the current quarter must be discussed with the course teacher concerned during the grade consultation period. So, unreported errors during the grade consultation period will not be considered after the final grades or the final semester grades are released. So, any discrepancy on the final grade issued for the course may be clarified, reported, and or contested within 10 days after the issuance of the report card. A letter of request must be sent to the principal through the coordinator. So, kung sino po yung concerned na coordinator doon sa subject ng bata. So, for mid-year remediation program, ito po yung, meron po tayong mid-year remediation program. or short of summer. Ayan. So, subject to the approval of the Department of Education, remediation programs may be scheduled during the mid-year term of the current school year. So, this program is available upon request, and once applied by the student, it will be subject to the advising of the cluster coordinator and approval of the principal. So, the program intends to give an opportunity for the irregular students, those with academic deficiencies, to take the pending course requirements and gain credit to the course so that they can be regular students in the next school year. Graduating students are also prioritized for remediation classes. So it will be a 6-week program that will run from June 15 to July 31 of this year. So another set of guidelines will be issued by the senior high school principal about the program. So ito po ang ating mga email addresses ng bawat cluster coordinator. So kung may mga concern po kayo, you may email them. And that's it po. Thank you very much po for listening. Maraming salamat po and God bless po sa inyong lahat.
Of course, maraming salamat, Ma'am Cesaya Betoy, for that very detailed discussion on the matters or important matters for the second semester. So, we also wanted to thank Mr. Messina for his opening remarks. We're now opening the floor for question and answer. Now, dun po sa ating live event, meron tayong Q&A chat box, some of which or some questions have already been answered by our moderators who are also online right now. Now, meron pong mga questions na hindi pa nasasagot. So, we are going to discuss some of these questions for everyone's clarification.
Okay. Yan. So thank you, Ces, for presenting our academic procedures for the second semester. So, ganun po ka-granular yung discussions about our academic procedures. And maybe, ito po yung pagkakataon para maipaliwanag siya comprehensively sa ating mga magulang. Para po, sa kagaya ng sinasabi ko kanina, pare-parehas tayo ng understanding sa mga bagay-bagay. Okay? So, good morning, Art. Ang question niya is, would there be an available recording of this meeting later? Yes po, for transparency, we will be sending a recording of this meeting. Actually, pinupost din namin to sa YouTube, sa aming channel. So, pwede nyo pong balikan doon. Definitely po, we'll be having a recording of this. And kagaya nga po nung nabanggit ko, most of the discussions were already discussed with the students. Nasa Blackboard Learn din po nila yan. So, kung gusto nyo po ng advanced copy, pakikuha nyo po yan dun sa mga bata sa Blackboard Learn. And another development is yung mga academic procedures po na diniscuss ni Teacher Ces at ni Teacher Ems ay makikita ninyo sa course syllabus ng mga bata. So, kayo na may nag-comment dito, 10 subject yung mga bata. O, ibig sabihin po, 10 syllabus, paulit-ulit na 10 beses, inuulit-ulit ng mga teachers yung mga academic procedures. Eh, pagka naman hindi pa yan tumatak sa mga estudyante, ay siguro meron tayong problema. Okay, so yun po. Intentional po yan. Sabi ko sa mga teachers, i-post nyo yan sa mga syllabus para paulit-ulit ay mag-register sa mga bata na ito yung mga i-implement natin for the second semester. Kasi medyo mahirap din kasi yung pagdating sa dulo, pag may mga contest about the grades or whatever, ang lagi pong nagiging dahilan ay hindi ko kasi alam. So, mahirap naman po yan. So, on our part, we want to be responsible in providing the relevant information about our academic policies and procedures. And yun po, yung kaninang sinasabi ko, nasa syllabus, nasa orientation ng magulang, nasa orientation ng parents, makikita nyo po doon yan. Plus, yung nire-request na recording ay ibibigay din po natin yan sa mga parents para ma-access nila yung discussion dito sa CyberLounge. Kapag fully paid po ba ang tuition fee, ay need pa po ba mag-update? Kapag ka fully paid po, makikita nyo naman po yan sa 1MCL. So kapag walang unsettled charges, meaning to say, talagang fully paid, walang naiwan na financial accountabilities, and dapat, as of this date, ay nakikita na ng mga bata, kung fully paid sila, nakikita na nila dapat yung mga courses nila sa Blackboard Learn for the second semester. Ang nagkakaroon lang po ng delay in the granting of access sa mga Blackboard Learn courses for second semester ay yung mga estudyante na may mga billing ng November, December 2020, siguro na sobrang ng samgyup o kaya ay mga happy-happy nung holidays, hindi mo na nasettle yung mga dues noong November and December. Yun po yung mga nabindin ang clearance from the Treasury. Pero na nakapag-settle naman po, inaayos naman yung clearance and they are automatically joined to Blackboard Learn within 48 hours. So hindi lang po ganun kabilis. Take note po na tayo ay we are relying on our offsite payment channels and it takes 24 to 48 hours for the payments to be posted. Yun po siguro yung limitation ng sistema natin ngayon. Pero kung kayo po ay magbabayad ng over-the-counter dito sa MCL, real-time naman po yung posting. The same with PayMaya and RCBC gateway. So, madali po pag ganon. Pero pag yung mga offsite payments like Cebuana Lumillar and RCBC, it takes 24 to 48 hours for the payments to be posted. Okay. I would like to know when will we know the results of the scholarship exams. Ito po yata yung kinonduct noong December 2020 na scholarship exam. Meron po tayong mga data privacy restrictions, kaya baka nagtataka po kayo na hindi tayo nagre-release ng listahan ng mga nag-qualify sa scholarship. Ang dahilan po nito ay yung data privacy compliance natin, hindi pwede mag-publish ng listahan without the consent of those students. Kaya ang ginagawa po ng Student Affairs Office na namamahala ng ating scholarship programs ay sila ang nag-email individually sa mga students using the MCL Live email account. Kaya pakitanong po yung mga estudyante, lalo na yung mga nag-take ng scholarship o umaasa dun sa scholarship benefits, na i-check yung one another live MCL email account nila para malaman nila kung sila ay nakatanggap ng notification from the Student Affairs Office about the scholarship benefits that they will avail if ever they qualified. Pwede din po kayo magtanong. All you have to do is to send an email to MCL-SHS-DL. Pinost ko po sa ating live event Q&A, MCL-SHS-DL at mcl.edu.ph para po itanong kung ano yung scholarship o rather kung ano yung result ng scholarship application ng mga bata. Okay? Good morning. Need po ng information regarding grade 11. Okay? Ano po ang kailangan na information? Nasa website po natin yung mga detalye ng ating open admissions. Nandun din po yung open admissions portal. Open na po ang application natin for grade 11 for incoming grade 11 of academic year 2021-2022. So, good news po, wala na pong entrance examination dahil nga sa pandemic pa rin. So, open admissions pa rin tayo for next year, pero may mga procedures po na kailangang gawin. So, ang step 1 po ay yung online admissions na nasa website natin, then dire-diretso na po doon ang procedures and advice kung paano makaka-apply sa senior high school for the next academic year. If we paid for the whole year tuition fee, do we need to enroll for the second semester? Ayan po yung nasagot ko kanina na hindi na kailangan. Ang kailangan lang po ay kung halimbawa may mga unsettled charges ay isettle ito para magkaroon ng clearance from the Treasury Office and maisama sila sa Blackboard Learn courses for the next semester. Okay, so meron tayong tanong dito. I would like to throw in this question to Ma'am Ems. Ayan, nangingiti siya. If the student failed due to non-consideration of the teacher, medyo nakakalungkot naman itong non-consideration na ito, on those submissions of the child, who should we ask for help? Ayan. Sige, Ma'am Ems, kaya mo yan. Meron daw, sige.
So the question is, if the student failed due to non-consideration of the teacher on those submissions of the child, who should we ask for help? Pwede po tayong makipag-communicate to the advisor, of course, and to raise the concern, inform the advisor of what happened. Also, we can reach the advisor through their email accounts, which are posted po sa ating MCL official website. Now, we can also send an email to seniorhighschool@mcl.edu.ph, which was published earlier. So, you may raise questions, okay, with regards to submission considerations. Yun po.
Yan. So, thank you very much. So, ayun po. Ang ibig sabihin lang yan, communication is the key. Pag meron po tayo mga ganyan concerns na academic, tama naman yung tanong sino yung kukontakin, di ba? Pero let's hear it from Ma'am Ces, kasi kanina, minention na niya yung mga, anong tawag dito, yung mga academic procedures na kung saan, kung tutuusin, parang hindi na kailangan humingi ng consideration ng bata. Diba? So, tono kasi ng tanong, non-submission, humihingi ng consideration. So, it's after the fact na hindi nag-submit. Yung academic procedures po natin ngayon, hindi pa nangyayari yung non-submission, binibigyan na natin sila ng consideration, di ba? And Mrs. could explain those features of our semester ngayon na kung saan yung mga ganitong considerations na paghingi after ay mababawasan kung i-avail lang ng mga bata yung mga binibigay natin na leniency sa kanila. Okay? Ses, you may want to discuss.
Hello, okay.
Sige, go ahead.
So, okay. So with regard to non-submission or submission of task, yung hihingi po natin na consideration, actually po, during orientation or course orientation, talagang ini-inform na po natin yung mga bata kung how many weeks po naka-open yung mga assessments, how many weeks po, so course orientation pa lang po, informed na po ang mga bata of what are the tasks that they need to accomplish for the whole semester. And then, binibigyan din po namin sila ng, say for example, when I discuss about the assessments, open po siya for minor assessments, open po siya for at least 2 days. And then for the major assessment, ito po yung medyo malaki po yung weight sa grade po natin, lalo na yung performance task na 60%, ito po ay open at least 1 week. So may 1 week po yung bata talaga to accomplish and to submit po yung mga task. And if in case nga po may ma-encounter po tayo mga problem, dapat po talaga we communicate to the teacher, course instructor po agad, through DBL course message or MS Teams or email. So yung tatlo po na yun po yung mahalaga talaga na i-email ka agad natin si teacher na either may problema, walang kuryente, or yung internet, nagkaroon ng maintenance sa lugar. Alam niyo po, naiintindihan naman po ng mga teacher yan. Yun lang po talaga, it has to be communicated properly. Yun po.
Okay. So, Miss Ems, may dadagdag ka?
Yes po, sir. Isa rin po sa nagiging common problem ng ating mga students why they fail to submit on time is because of procrastination. Isa sa mga common scenarios po na nangyayari and na i-report sa amin is halimbawang open ang assessment for 3 days. Okay? First, second day, walang ginawa because they know that there is still the third day for them to do the task. So they would do it on the third day and sometimes yung kahuli-hulihang araw, dun pa po nagkakaroon ng mga internet connection problems, technical glitches, etc. So, nawawalan tuloy ngayon ng chance student na mag-submit, and ang nangyayari, failure to submit na nga po dahil nagkaroon ng internet connection problems and as similar things like that. So, yun po. I think we also need to remind our students, as teachers, of course, on our part, we need to remind our students that they have to manage their time and avoid procrastinating. And also, that's one reason why we plotted the digital hour in their class schedule. So, ngayong second semester po, which was not included during the first semester, plotted na po sa schedule ng bata ang digital hour. It is to remind them, no, that during this hour, you have to do the tasks that you are not yet doing for the specific course during that hour. So it's also kind of helping our students and guiding them to manage their time. Ayun po.
Yan. So thank you very much. Natumbok ko yung punto about procrastination. Hindi masyadong halatang on the spot. Diba? Sabi ko nga kay Sabi, time management is nonsense without discipline and passion to do greater things. So, ano ba sinasabi natin? Time management. Diba? As early as now, we're saying that we have extended the deadlines for the major and minor assessments. Mga parents, gusto ko pong ipaalala sa atin na sa totoong buhay, sa face-to-face classes, you take the quiz, the exam, the assessments real time. Di ba po? So kung halimbawa ang klase ay 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, gagawin natin yung assessment actual 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock during class time. And since tayo ay fully online, naiintindihan po natin yung mga equity considerations na kailangan, such as internet connectivity problems, 2, 3, 4 kids sharing one computer, nag-aagawan ng bandwidth, lahat po yan naiintindihan natin. At yun po ang nagiging dahilan nga why we are adjusting the sessions in yung split ng synchronous at asynchronous para hindi naman most of the time puro synchronous yung mga bata. In-improve pa po natin ngayon yan. Salamat sa mga coordinators na nagtatrabaho para ayusin yung schedule. Pati yung mga synchronous sessions ng mga courses, as much as possible, hindi na po natin yan pinagsasabay on a daily basis. Para yung mga bata, makasunod naman tayo kahit papano dun sa recommendation. Take note, yung po ay hindi utos, kundi recommendation lamang ng DepEd dun sa maximum screen time. So, inaayos po itong mga schedule na to, pati yung mga deadlines, para gamitin po ng mga bata at hindi para mas maging pahirap sa kanya later. Halimbawa, 1 week pala yung major assessment. Pero dahil sa halip na gamitin ng bata yung 1 week na yon para sa kanyang advantage, nag-procrastinate, ang ginawa, minove din niya yung mga schedule niya ng mga tipong 1-2 hours before the deadline, tsaka magkukumahog sa pagsasagot. So, yun po ang nagiging problema na kadalasan. Kaya po yung tanong na paano hihingi ng consideration? Linawin po natin yan ngayon. Siguro po, ang magiging definition natin ng consideration para sa bagay na yan, ayun lamang mga force majeure. Ano yung mga force majeure? Yung talagang super hindi na maiiwasang sitwasyon na sa kabila ng paglalagay ng leniency dun sa ating procedures ay talagang hindi pa rin nakakomply yung bata. Okay, yun lang po ang sigurong ibig sabihin natin ng mga senaryo na pwedeng bigyan ng consideration. So, nagkasakit, yung talagang last minute, yung mga tipong mga 1 week ngang open yung course assessment, pero on the second day, on the third day, talagang nagkasakit yung bata. Hindi naman natin maiiwasan yon sapagkat sino ba naman ang may gustong magkasakit? Pangalawa, priority naman talaga na magpagaling siya. So kahit na 5 days yung completion period for the assessments, hindi niya magagawa yun nang may sakit siya. So yun, yung mga ganun po, kino-consider natin yan. And the advisors and the coordinators will be asking documents from you to validate, to verify kung talagang nagkasakit yung bata at kung meritorious yung excuse. Huwag po sana tayong magagalit, even though napakahirap to, human nature to. Sa 10 kakilala ko, 11 ang ayaw nito. Yung kapag hindi napapagbigyan ay nagagalit, di ba? Laging human nature yan eh. Pero sa bagay po na yan, meron po talaga kaming hindi pinapayagan na mga humihingi ng consideration at iniaakyat sa akin. At ako po, ang stand ko sa bagay na yan ay di ba nagbigay na tayo ng consideration? Ang prinsipyo ko po sa buhay ay ang consideration, bigay na natin sa simula. Kasi ayaw natin na nagtatawaran tayo ng consideration sa dulo. Kaya po itong meeting na to, nilalatag na namin yung mga consideration na binibigay namin. Yung dating real-time assessment, 3 days na, 5 days na, depending kung major or minor. Diba? Yung mga completion period, malinaw na po na dinedetalye natin para we are on the same page. Pero nevertheless, gusto pa rin na po naming sabihin na kami ay makikinig sa inyo. Kaya kung merong mga apela for consideration, pwede nyo po yang isend sa mga advisors o kaya sa akin, senior high school at mcl.edu.ph para ma-analyze po natin kung karapat-dapat yung hinihinging consideration at bigyan natin ng action kung kinakailangan. So, kami naman po ay nakikinig. So, yan po ang gusto naming i-assure sa inyo. Okay, so may tanong dito ulit, Teacher Ses or Teacher Ems, bakit po ang long test ay February 15 agad? One day before Valentine's. Kahapon pa lang nag-start yung second sem. Salamat po. So, yun daw. Siguro ito yung scheduling of tasks. So, this week lang nagsimula yung online classes. Siguro ang gustong malaman ni mother o ni father, ano ba yung long test na ibibigay sa February 15? Ano ba ang weight nito sa buong grade ng bata? At sapat na ba yung naituro bago mag-February 15 para simulan na natin yung pagsukat o assessment at that time? Okay, so kindly answer this. Sino sa inyo ang sasagot? Ayan, si Ma'am Ses. You are assigned to answer by Miss Ems by bullying. Please go ahead.
Okay. With regard po dun sa long test natin, ang long test naman po natin, depende po kasi yan sa bawat course. Meron po kasing course na 20% po yung hatak ng long test. Meron naman po na 15%. Meron naman po nakasama siya sa written task na 40%. Now, ano po yung magiging laman ng long test? Yung long test po, ito po ay kung ano lang po yung na-cover from week 1. Ang start po ng long test ay week 5. So, yung mga lessons po na na-cover from week 2 to week 4, yun lang po yung nilalaman ng long test. And ang long test po natin, ito po ay nasa 30 to 40 items po. 30, 40, or 50. Depende po sa, again, sa mga course. So, yun po yung long test.
Okay. So, thank you very much for that clarification. Pero yung tanong na enough na ba? Ang sinasabi kasi dito, 2 weeks na yan di ba? 2 weeks na yan. Enough na ba yung 2 weeks para ma-assess na yung bata by February 15?
For that po, enough naman po kasi dun po sa mga courses na may 4 hours po per week yung schedule. Yung synchronous po kasi yung topic po na dinidiscuss doon, yun po yung katulad na diniscuss ko kanina, 45 minutes for deepening the lesson, the topic itself. And then may asynchronous po tayo na 2 hours or 1 hour. Ito po yung pre-recorded na video. Ito po yung paggawa ng task. Kasi para nga rin po ma-assess kung may natutunan po dun sa synchronous na lessons. And then, yun po yung nangyayari for 3 weeks gagawin po yun. And then, for 3 weeks po, may mga lessons na po na cover, may mga 3 lessons or 4 lessons na po na na-cover. And I believe po as a teacher, ito po ay enough po para po ma-undergo po ng long test.
Yan, okay. So, thank you very much. So, kung ang sinasabi natin ay per week, meron tayong 2 chapters. Diba? Isa ituturo ng synchronous, isa ituturo ng asynchronous. And we have 2.5 weeks already of online learning. That would mean 5 chapters already. So yung 5 chapters po na yon, talagang enough na yon for a long test. Yan. So, ano po yan, wag naman tayong mabahala doon sa long test na yon sa February 15 kasi isa pa lang naman yon. Normally, teacher says, ilang long test at the average ang binibigay sa isang course?
Sa isang, ano po sir, isang third, ilang items sir? Sa isang
Hindi,
ano?
ilang long test ang binibigay sa isang course, sa isang semester?
2 lang po. Isa
Ayan,
sa third
dalawa.
quarter, tapos isa sa fourth quarter.
No, long test ha. Yung ang tinatanong niya dito yung February 15. Ano ba yung
Yes,
nakaschedule sa Feb 15?
Yung long test nga po sir. Dahil nga
Oo
po
nga, so
wala,
ibig sabihin ba isang long test lang tong ibibigay sa estudyante for the quarter?
yes sir.
Tapos ang susunod, fourth quarter na.
Yes sir.
What other assessments are available?
Sir, meron po tayong mga activities, mga written tasks. Meron po tayong online quizzes na binibigay. Meron po tayong mga written tasks such as yung mga essay, reflection paper, meron po tayong concept paper na binibigay din po other than po dun sa objective type during the long test.
Okay. So ayun po, take note na in October, the Department of Education released an order calling off the conduct of quarterly exams. So ang nangyari po, yung weight sa quarterly exam na distribute dun sa mga written works and performance tasks ng mga bata. So ang mangyayari po, dadami yung performance tasks ng mga bata. At ano po ang ibig sabihin? Kumbaga sa loto, more chances of winning. Diba? Ibig sabihin po, mas maraming tsansa na pumasa at ma-improve ng bata yung kanyang grade because of the redistribution, reallocation of the weight for the quarterly exam sa ibang mga assessment areas. So, ano po ang tinutumbok ko dito? Bagamat may malaking weight po yung long test na kailangan pag-prepare nila as scheduled February 15, kailangan din po nilang seryosohin yung mga maliliit na assessment dahil pag yun po ay inipon yung mga scores nun, malaki po ang impact nun sa kanilang grade. Yan. So, tama po. Salamat po sa nagtanong nito, si Ana. Anonymous. Walang pangalan eh. So, thank you for raising this question. Tama po yan na maitanong yan dahil para ma-emphasize sa parents and students na kailangan nilang pagbutihan yung dalawa, yung mga summative and formative assessments, yung mga minor and major exams, dahil yan po ay kasama dun sa learning package, learning program. Ayan. Another question, kay Ana ulit, with so many distractions available online, is there any way possible to block the student from accessing any other website, apps that are irrelevant to the student's learning like games, YouTube, etc.? Meron po ang alam ko, pero yan po ay depende sa inyong mga private networks sa bahay. So, pwede po kayo mag-install ng mga blockers para hindi nila ma-access yan. Ayan. So, pwede naman po yun. Huwag nyo lang sabihin sa kanila. Diba po? Sa school po, nagagawa namin yan kasi nasa network namin sila. So, pag pumunta sila dito, merong mga sites na hindi nila mapupuntahan dahil naka-block yung mga sites na yon. Kaya lang, sobra pong tatalino ang mga bata ngayon, kayo na rin ang may kasalanan. Bakit? Kasi binibigyan nyo ng data. So, ang gagawin ng bata, magkoconnect siya dun sa mga cellphone nila na hindi naka-join sa MCL network. So, ma-access din nila yung mga bagay na yon. So, yan po pumapasok yung sinasabi ko kanina na importance ng homeschool partnership. Diba? So, ibig sabihin po, yung mga ganyang mechanism, talagang napaka-importante po niyan na ma-integrate yung mga ganyang controls na yan. And paano po yun mangyayari? Yan. Kuha kayo ng app, tapos i-block nyo yung mga website na feeling niyo nakaka-distract sa kanilang pag-aaral para sila ay makapag-concentrate sa learning programs. Yan. Diba? Pero sa amin po, nag-uusap kami ng mga coordinators at saka ng mga teachers. Kahit naman yung mga psychologists mag-agree sa akin, kailangan din naman ng study, work, and life balance. Kaya kung yung mga games po na yan ay form of relaxation and pagde-distress ng mga bata, okay lang din naman po sigurong baka pumali ako, baka may na-offend, pero ito po ay padanaw ko lang. Baka po kailangan din nila yan from time to time. Huwag lang natin kakalimutan yung sinasabi ng mga matatanda na lahat ng sobra ay hindi maganda. Okay? So kaya lang naman po siguro nagiging issue yung mga YouTube na yan, mga games na yan, ay dahil sumosobra po yung mga bata doon na yung oras na para sa mga estudyante, rather sa pag-aaral, ay napupunta sa mga games. Diba po? Yun lang siguro yung dapat nating bantayan. Pero ako po ay nag-agree sa inyo na kung sumusobra na, kailangan na talagang limitahan. Ang robotics po ba hindi pa included sa whole year tuition fee na binayaran? Unfortunately, hindi po kasi po ang robotics po natin ay pass-on. Diba? Meron po tayong separate program for the robotics. Ito po ay hiniwalay nilang kinukuha on another LMS. Kaya po pass-on charge po siya. Ask ko lang po, nakapasa kasi yung anak ko sa scholarship for second sem. Ma-avail po ba yon sa grade 12? Ang effect po ng scholarship sa second sem ay second sem. Kung kayo po ay fully paid, tama po, yung po bang tanong, kung kayo po ay fully paid, yung value ng scholarship ay ide-deduct doon sa inyong mga nabayaran na kung magkakaroon ng overpayment, mapupunta yon sa grade 12. Yan. Ayan, fully paid na po ang tuition, may nakalagay na need pang bayaran. What do you mean po sa bank account? Wala po kasi nasagot sa treasury. Paki-email po. Ang nangyayari po kasi ay, ano po, apat-apat na po yung lines ng mga treasury. Pag nagsabay-sabay po, pagka may, pag may kausap na isa, minsan hindi po mapasok yung second call. Kaya sabi nga ng mga treasury namin, staff, ano ba katagal ang isang conversation? Minsan daw po tumatagal ng 4 minutes. Minsan daw po pati yung mga iniaabot na ginataan ng kapitbahay na ikukwento sa aming treasury staff. Kaya kami naman ay nakikinig. So hindi namin pwedeng sabihin na, naku, meron pa akong susunod na tawag, baka naman kami maaway niyan. Kaya kami po ay, anong tawag dito, nakikinig dun sa mga concerns na yon. Kaya, pasensya po kung hindi nasasagot yan. Ang pinakamaganda po dyan ay email. Diba? Ang landline din po ay pwede nyo po silang tawagan dahil ang mga treasury staff po ay available 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. from Tuesday to Saturday. Okay? Meron po tayong sagot dito from the scholarship, from the Director of the Students Affairs Office. Thank you very much, Sir Lito, for tuning in. In the question below, the parent may be referring to the academic achievement incentive. This is granted only to students on the basis of their academic performance during the previous semester. Therefore, for the student to be qualified for the next semester, the child must satisfy again the cut-off grade for the academic incentive grant, which is, nagtatay pa dito. Number 1 must be part of the top 10% of the strand and must at least have a weighted average of 90% or higher during the previous semester. Kaya kung ang tinatanong po ay grade 12, dapat po itong dalawang criteria na to ay ma-meet ngayong second semester. Kailangan nasa top 10% at dapat 90% pataas yung kanyang grade sa second semester. I hope I was able to address the question correctly, Sir Lito. Kaya yun po, lilinawin ko lang. Dalawa yung criteria. Minsan napapako tayo doon sa number 2. Must have at least a weighted average of 90. So pag yung bata naka-90, na umaasa na yung nanay na meron siyang makukuhang academic incentive. Kaya lang take note, meron tayong another criterion, which is dapat part ng 10% of the strand. Okay? So ano po ang ibig sabihin? Kagaya ngayong semester na marami ang nakakuha ng matataas na grade, posible na 200, 300 yung nag-qualify dun sa second criterion na 90% or higher. Pero hindi sila pumasok dun sa top 10% ng strand. Kaya hindi sila mabibigyan ng academic incentive. Sasabihin ng mga parent, bakit naman gano'n? Kawawa naman yung anak ko, di ba? Ang scholarship po kasi natin ay competitive. So, kaya po tayo nagbibigay ng 10% na yon na strand. 10%, top 10% doon sa strand. Okay? So, sana po ay maunawaan po natin yung part na yon. Kami po gusto namin magbigay ng maraming scholarship. Kaya lang, kalaki po kasi ng pagiging scholar din yung prestige na siya ay academic scholar. Kaya as a matter of policy, meron po tayong top 10% na requirement ng bawat strand para mag-qualify sa scholarship. Kagaya po ngayong first semester, merong 95 ang kanyang weighted average, pero hindi pa rin nakapasok. Kasi ang may mga nauna sa kanya na 96, 97, 98 ang general weighted average. Okay, so yun po. Yun po ay as a matter of policy, and as mentioned, competitive po yung pagbibigay natin ng scholarship. Pero ano po ang magandang bagay tungkol dyan? Yan po ay isang challenge para sa ating mga magulang at sa mga anak na, ay, meron pala talaga na nakaka-97 na GWA. So, ibig sabihin, konting pukpok pa, konting pagtsatsaga pa, bawas ng YouTube at saka ng mga games para maabot yung scholarship at makapasok dun sa top 10%. Okay? So, sana po ay nasagot ko yung katanungan na yon tungkol sa academic scholarship. Ayan. Meron pa ba mga tanong dito?
Yes, Sir James.
Sige, please read and we will answer.
Yes, okay po. Meron po tayong isang question dito. Question is, can we expect a more proactive communication channel between advisor and parents? And what are the measures to ensure concerns related to the students reach to the parents? So, yun po yung question.
Yan, ang tinatanong yung more proactive. Actually po, ano naman yung bagay na yan eh? Sabihin, kami po ay hindi na nauubos ng paalala sa mga advisors about being proactive. At nakikita naman po namin sa monitoring na minsan, si Miss Venus nga, ang tawag dito, bumili na meron na siyang dedicated line para lang sa mga parents na tumatawag at may mga concerns. Yung iba mga teachers, ganun din po, may mga hiwalay ng prepaid SIM cards just for student consultations. Sa totoo lang po, dinidiscourage ko yon. At totoo lang, as a principal, kasi minsan po naaabuso din yon. Kawawa din naman yung mga teachers, narinig ko alas 9, alas 10 tinatawagan. So medyo mahirap po yon. Kaya gusto ko mo samantalin itong pagkakataon na to na manawagan sa mga magulang ng consideration po natin and compassion para sa mga teachers na gusto rin naman po kayo makausap at ma-discuss yung mga concerns about the child, the student. Pero minsan lang po ay umaabot ng mga ganong beyond the limits. Kaya ako po, ang suggestion ko dyan, dalawa tayong magtulong sa bagay na yan. Number one, na maalala ninyo, bago kayo mag-enroll ngayong second semester, nag-roll out na naman po kami ng confirmation of enrollment through MS-365 form. At nandoon po ay hinihingi ko ang inyong mga contact number at email address. At nakalagay din po doon na kayo ay pumapayag na ito ay share namin sa mga advisors and teachers para sila ay merong contact number at email address ninyo para kung kailangan nilang tawagan kayo ay ma-reach nila kayo at ma-discuss sa inyo yung concerns about the student. So yun po yung isang ginagawa namin. Bakit po? Kasi marami din po na ang pagpapalit ng number ay parang pagpapalit ng damit. Diba? Masyadong madalas. Kaya po yung dineclare nyo sa amin na contact number nung July, August, baka hindi na naman yun ang updated contact info. Kaya kung nakukulitan kayo sa akin na humihingi lagi ng contact info, yan po ang purpose niyan. So that our advisors, the school in general, can actually reach out to the parents if there are relevant academic concerns of the students that need intervention and support by the parents. Pangalawa po na pwede niyong gawin, total, binibigay namin yung mga email addresses ng mga teachers. Paano nyo makikita yon? Tanongin nyo yung anak ninyo. Patingin nga ako ng syllabus dun sa subject. Sa babang bahagi ng syllabus, bandang kaliwa, lahat ng pahina. Nakasulat po doon ang complete name ng teacher at yung complete email address, active email address ng bata. So, pwede nyo i-email yung teacher, i-copy furnish ninyo yung senior high school at mcl.edu.ph para ma-monitor ko din yung discussion ninyo at usapan ninyo. And I tell you po, marami pong nasasagip ng napakasimpleng paggawa, pagganap dyan sa responsibility na yan na mag-communicate openly. Okay? Ako din po ay meron din akong parte ng aking 1-minute rule. Pag may mga magulang po na nagko-complain, syempre tatanong ko, sino ang teacher? Diba? Parang pag sinabi ng magulang, ay naku, hindi ko kilala, hindi kilala ng anak ko. Medyo turn off po yun sa akin. Diba? Kaya sabi ko, sige, baka naman nagkukulang ang school na ipakilala yung teacher. Kaya ngayon po, lahat ng pahina ng syllabus, nakalagay yung pangalan ng teacher at email address. Pag hindi pa po napanaginipan ng bata yung pangalan ng teacher, talagang hindi ko na alam ang gagawin ko, di ba po? Importante po kasi alam niyo yung kino-complain nyo. Diba? Importante rin po, kung hindi man magko-complain, importante na alam nyo kung sino yung kinakausap ninyo at kung sino yung hihingan natin ng impormasyon. Diba? So, yun po. Two ways. Kinukuha namin yung contact info ninyo, tatawagan namin kayo kung kailangan. Kayo din naman po, pinapublish namin yung mga email addresses namin, doon nyo po kami kontakin. At para po ma-ensure na masasagot kayo, paki-copy furnish nyo po yung senior high school principal. Okay? Ano yung pinagdadaanan ni Ma'am Sharil sa mga unpublished questions? Ano ba yung mga tanong?
Meron po tayong isang question.
Sige, mga 6 pa.
Yes, okay po. So, I think Ma'am Cheryl will be able to answer this one. So, question po ni parent, ask lang po bakit naging whole day ang pasok nila for second sem? Hindi po ba mas mahihirapan sila kasi nabawasan yung oras nila na gawin yung tasks nila? Okay, so to answer the question, Ma'am Cheryl.
Yes, hello. Good
Yeah.
morning po.
Damay-damay
Good morning,
na.
dear parents. If you notice po dun sa schedule ng mga bata ngayong semester po na ito, yes, whole day po siya, 8 to 5:30 to be exact. But then, sa bawat araw po ng per day, meron lang po silang at most 4 subjects, 4 courses po na iintindihin sa isang araw. Also, per course po ay for a 3-unit course, mapapansin nyo po na there are 4 hours per week. Okay, halimbawa po sa math. So, meron pong nakalaan na sa isang linggo may 4 hours po na math. Pero dun po sa 4 hours na yun, 1 hour is allotted for the synchronous class, 2 hours for asynchronous, and 1 hour po is for the digital hour. So, na-explain na rin po kanina ni Ma'am Ces kung para saan po yung digital hour. So, sinet po natin ito ng ganon kasi nga, katulad po kasi ng dati, na-experience po natin na parang free yung buong afternoon, may aminin na po natin, may tendency po talaga yung ibang mga bata na alam nyo, i-delay pa or mag-procrastinate pa sa mga kailangan nilang gawin na mga tasks. Pero dito po sa ginawa natin ngayon, sinubukan po nating maglaan na ng oras para sa bawat subject nila para dun sa mga kailangan nilang gawing tasks. So, hopefully, dun po sa mga nilaan nating oras para sa mga tasks na yun, gawin talaga po ng mga bata yung mga requirements nila dun sa subjects nila. So, yun po.
Okay. So, thank you very much, Ma'am Sharil, for clarifying the matter. Ayan. So, tama naman po kayo na sasabihin na hindi kaya mas mahihirapan yung bata. Pero ang dahilan po niyan ay hindi naman agad-agad lang namin na naisipan po yan, kundi base din po yan sa feedback ng mga students. When I assumed the principalship last October, I met with the student council immediately. And the first task was for them to gather feedback from students as regards the conduct of online learning. At yan po ay isa sa mga lumabas na mga problema. At nung nireview namin yung schedule, plus yung natatandaan nyo kasi nag-umpisa tayo August. Ang DepEd kasi nagsimula ng klase October 5. A week before October 5, naglabas nung recommendation on the maximum screen time. Kaya yung ating class schedule, sinunod natin doon sa maximum screen time din ng DepEd. Ang naging consequence po niyan, umabot ng maghapon. Ngayon, mas manageable po yan. Ibig sabihin, tayo naman dumaan din ng high school. Lagi namang maghapon yung klase. Natuwa lang tayo sa MCL na half day. Ang akala natin makakatipid tayo ng baon. Diba? Pero yung mga bata, maghapon din na nag-i-stay dito. Ngayon po, fully online. So, para magkaroon po tayo ng structure, nilagyan natin ang mga academic breaks in between, kaya ang naging consequence po ay naging maghapon yan. Ako po, ang masasabi ko po dyan ay isa lang, give chance. Kaya natuwa si Ces. Give chance dyan sa bagong schedule, di ba? Bigyan po natin ng chance yan at pakiramdaman natin, baka mas magiging komportable dyan yung mga bata at makaka-adjust sila dyan sa bagay na yan. At later on, ma-appreciate natin na ay, ito pala yung benefit na, parang naiiyak si Ma'am Ces. Ito pala yung benefit ng pag-a-adjust ng schedule na bagamat naging whole day, mas naging focus yung bata kasi meron siyang sinusunod na schedule para sa bawat subjects. At napapahinga din siya. At kung i-connect ko yan sa naunang sinabi, baka makabawasan yung mga oras nila sa mga Mobile Legends at sa mga YouTube kapag meron silang nakaschedule na course activities sa maghapon. Ayan. So sana po ay nasagot namin yung bagay na yan. Sige po. Ayan, how about students having problems with accessing the new courses? Ayan po ay daily po ang ating pag-update ng course enrollment sa Blackboard. So, tama ba Miss Nicole? Meron ba tayong pending ngayon? Ito yung mga nag-clearance kailan? Kahapon. Ayan, so yung mga kahapon po, hanggang kahapon nagbayad ng pending payable sa Treasury. Kung hanggang kahapon po kayo nagbayad, ma-update po yan by Monday because of the posting requirements. So, hopefully po by Monday, ma-join na kayo sa BBL courses. Paano pag hindi pa rin maka-join? Email nyo po kami. seniorhighschool@mcl.edu.ph so that we can check the enrollment status and i-verify sa Treasury kung meron na pong posted payment. Ayan. So, meron pa po bang tanong? Miss Ems and
Yes,
Miss S and the other coordinators, help me in checking the questions, yung new and published, para wala tayong maiwan na tanong because we're answering them live. We're very thankful to the 76 attendees who remained for this CyberLounge session. Paano po pag hindi nakaka-receive ng email from MCL? Ang pinakamaganda po dyan, i-email nyo kami, seniorhighschool@mcl.edu.ph, para makuha namin yung email address ninyo at maisama namin kayo sa mailing list. Ang problema po kasi dyan, baka ito yung mga mali ang pagkakatype dati, meron namang mga nagpasa ng application na handwritten. So, nung niretype namin yung mga application form, chances are minsan yung O ay 0 pala sa email address. So, hindi nyo po talaga yun marireceive. Kaya din pala sa amin, ang daming mga nagbabounce. Okay, so nangyayari po yan. Kaya kung talagang ano po, mas maganda po email nyo kami so that we can update our email directory and you can also get them, get our advisories from MCL. Okay. Marami tayong questions, 49. So, maganda po na mapag-usapan itong mga to. There are also times teachers communicate late at night sa students. Should we agree on cut-off? We will tell our kids to have cut-off, but same goes to teacher instructions. Actually, may cut-off na po tayo. Tama ba, teacher? Sinabi ko na yan noong October pa na ang mga emails at ang mga deadlines ay dapat iset no later than 9 p.m. Okay? Ngayon, ito na po ang napakasimpleng ano ko dyan, pananaw ko dyan sa bagay na yan, kung inyong mamarapatin. Diba? Kung matanggap niyo po yung email ng alas 12, alauna, alas 2 ng madaling araw, huwag niyo po sagutin ng ganong oras. Diba? Sagutin niyo po yan sa umaga na. So, ibig sabihin po, parang hindi dahilan yung email ng teacher para gumising tayo ng alas 2 at mag-reply. Diba po? So, ano po ang ibig kong sabihin? Ibang usapan po kung teacher ay nagre-require na sumagot ng alas 2 ng madaling araw. Diba? Ibang usapan po yun. At palagay ko walang gumagawa nun. Sana walang gumagawa nun. Ako nga, nag-i-email ng alas 2 ng madaling araw. Pero hindi ko naman ina-expect na re-replyan ako ni Cheryl ng 4 a.m. Mga 9 a.m. naman sana, di ba? So, ganun din po, fair is fair. Damang-dama ko po yung pinanggagalingan ninyo na yan. Makakaasa po kayo that we will reiterate the reminder to the teachers, the coordinators are here. We are monitoring all Blackboard courses, that all deadlines will not be set later than 9 p.m. every day, as much as possible, no weekends. Para yung mga sacred time na tinatawag ay hindi naman magamit for course-related activities. So, tama po kayo. Sige, paalala po natin yan sa mga teachers na huwag mag-send ng mga midnight. Okay? Pero yung po, ang pangalawa kong pasabi, sabihan nyo naman po din yung mga anak nyo na, teka lang, ang usapan, 8 to 5 ang mga emails. So, kahit dumating yan ng alauna, alas 2 ng madaling araw, hindi ka required na sagutin yan. So, huwag kang masyadong paapekto. Diba? Chill lang. Diba? Magigising pa tayo ng 8 a.m. sa biyaya ng Diyos at masasagot pa natin yung email na yan. Okay po? Pag may teacher na nagre-require na sumagot ng alas 3 ng madaling araw, isang email lang din po yan, seniorhighschool@mcl.edu.ph. Sabihin nyo po kung si Miss Session para sasabihan po namin na huwag ka namang mag-require ng reply ng 3 a.m. dahil maraming tulog ang nasisira. Diba? Pero tama po kayo. Agree tayo sa cut-off, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay. My son received C2 grade in absent communication already and we are waiting advice. The only reply we received is our son's case is with the advisor already. Ayan. Paki-email nyo po yung senior high school at mcl.edu.ph yung may C2 grade na to para mabigay natin sa concerned coordinator and teacher at ma-attend po kayo personally dito sa bagay na ito. Why are some students not able to access BBL? Yung po yung sinasabi natin na may requirement na clearance from the Treasury Office. Gusto ko lang din po samantalayan ang pagkakataon na to our grade 11 parents and students. Yung requirement po ng Form 137. Okay? Kailangan nyo po itong kuhanin sa inyong previous school dahil hindi po namin kayo mahihingan ng application ng Special Order for Graduation para kayo ay makagraduate sa senior high school from the DepEd nang walang Form 137. Kaya iwasan po natin na naghahabulan tayo later kapag graduate na kayo dahil dyan, tapos hindi nyo mahagilap yung eskwelahan o ayaw pumayag ng rush, kaya para hindi po tayo magka-problema, inuulit ko po ang panawagan na yan, na asikasuhin po yung Form 137 o yung permanent student record na galing sa kanyang previous school. May magtatanong dyan, teka lang, sinasabi niyan, di ba nagpasa na tayo ng form na yan nung nag-enroll? Form 138 po yun. Yan nga yung binibiro ko matagal na hindi ko malaman bakit nagbigay na rin lang ng dalawang number, hindi pa pinaglayo. Kaya nagkakalituhan sa 137 at 138. Ang 138 po ay report card nung grade 10 na ipinasa nyo sa amin upon enrollment. Pagkatapos ng grade 10, binibigay po talaga yung report card. Ang tawag doon, Form 138. Ang hinihingi ko po ay Form 137 na record niya mula grade 1 hanggang grade 10. At ito po ang requirement ng DepEd for Special Order for Graduation Application. Okay, so yung Form 138, baka meron sa inyo na hindi pa nagpapasa, posibleng dahilan din po yun, ba't hindi namin kayo pinapayagang mag-enroll ng second SEM? Dahil kung matatandaan po ninyo yung pinirmahan ninyong affidavit of undertaking nung July or August nung mag-enroll ang bata, nakalagay po doon na ipapasa nyo yan ng December 2020. Kami po ay nagpapasalamat dahil nasa 70% naman ng mga parents ang nag-comply. Pero yung 30% po sana nandirito at sana po marinig yung aming panawagan na magpasa noong Form 137 at Form 138 kung hindi pa napapasa para hindi po tayo magka-problema later. Okay? So, thank you very much po sa mga nagtanong na yan. Meron pa ba tayong questions, Ems and Ses?
Yes, sir. Meron pong isang question dito. Do you reprimand or remind students who do not participate in group tasks?
Yeah, ano sagot?
So, let me answer this question. On our end po, during course orientation, especially kapag pinapresent po namin ang mga assessments on certain courses na merong group tasks, we reiterate to students that those group members who are unparticipative must be reported immediately to the course instructors for them to be reminded, no? So, dalawang bagay po yan. Either we remind the students to contribute something to the group task or we ask them if they can do the task on their own para naman po hindi rin po sila nakakasagabal doon sa progress na ginagawa ng kanyang group. And most of the time, students prefer to really do the task alone simply because they are not comfortable being in a group. So, ganun po. And as much as possible po, sana ma-report po sa mga course instructors prior to the date of submission para po nagagawan po natin ng alternate tasks yung mga bata na hindi naman nagpa-participate talaga. So, katulad po ng sabi, there should be no one left behind, no? So, kung hindi talaga nila kayang mag-contribute dun sa group task, maybe they can do it on their own or we can give an alternate task for that.
Okay. Yan. So, thank you very much po. Kaya yung tanong na kayo po ba ay nagre-reprimand? Yes. Pero sabihin nyo sa amin kung sino yung i-reprimand. Mahirap naman yung nag-grouping tayo ng 5, tapos ang default na iniisip ng teacher yung 4 doon riders o hindi tumutulong. Malalaman lang po ng teacher yan kung ire-report ng mga concerned students. Sabi ko nga, sa face-to-face classes, hirap na nga yung teacher malaman kung sino yung tumutulong at hindi. Baka meron dyan, 1-2 membro. Ang contribution, magdala ng props, magpa-sprite pagka may mga practice. May mga ganon. Hirap na yung teacher na malaman yon. Lalo na po ngayon na yung groupings ay fully online. Kaya paano niya malalaman ng teacher at masita na medyo nagiging unfair na yung group activity para sa 1-2 membro, i-report ng mga members. And we can assure you that the teachers will definitely deal with that concern urgently and fairly para dun sa members ng group. Kaya tama po kayo na intervention ang pinag-uusapan dyan. Kailangan mag-intervene yung teacher kasi ayaw naman natin nag-aaway-away yung mga bata, nagrarambulan, nag-online rambulan dahil sa issue ng group work. Kailangan pumapasok dyan yung teacher bilang referee. Pero paano papasok yung teacher? Diba? Kung hindi niya nakikita yung mga bagay-bagay. So, kailangan po siguro may mag-report. Okay? So, tulungan po tayo. Yan ang lagi ko sinasabi. Tulungan po tayo para makapasok ang teacher dun sa problema ng group activity by reporting the concern. Sir, sorry. Okay lang po. If I remember correctly, from the last meeting, there is some arrangement that Form 137 will be submitted by the school directly to MCL. Meron po bang ganon arrangement? Yes, meron pong ganon. By default, the transmittal of the Form 137 is school to school. Kaya lang, hindi po makakarating yung request, ano ba, MCL, hindi makakarating yung request namin dun sa school na pinanggalingan ng anak ninyo kung hindi po kayo magdadala. That's number one. Second, hindi po yan ibibigay ng kabilang eskwelahan kasi kung minsan o madalas yung mga school na yon naniningil ng Form 137. Kaya ang nagiging kalakaran po, hingi kayo sa amin ng request, which is pwede nyong gawin through email. Ipo-forward yan ni Monica, si Miss Monica, na wala yata dito si Monica, dapat sinama natin. Ipo-forward ni Miss Monica sa inyo yung letter of request. Ipapadala nyo po yan dun sa school na pinanggalingan ng inyong anak. Kung may bayad po yun, babayaran nyo sa kanila. Tapos, dalawang option po yan kung papayag kayo. Ang default option, yung eskwela na pinanggalingan ng bata, mag-i-email sa ipapadala sa amin yung Form 137 via mail, via LBC, via whatever courier service na gusto nila. Kaya po naniningil sila kadalasan kasi nga mayroong courier expense sa kanila. Sa school to school yung transaction. Pero pangalawang option naman po ay pinapadala sa magulang o kaya dun sa bata. Ito po yung 137 ng anak ninyo, ipasa nyo po sa MCL. So yun po ang dahilan. Kaya kung ang tanong, pwede po ba na school to school ang transmittal? Yes, by default it is. Pero facilitated pa rin po ng magulang dahil kailangan yung mga schools po na pinanggalingan nila, posibleng may mga charges na sinisingil for the Form 137. Ayan. And an additional requirement, additional reminder to the parents, ang Form 137 po na ibibigay ng previous school, dapat po ay may nakalagay na copy for Malayan Colleges, Laguna. Okay? So yung ibibigay nilang dokumento, kung ipagkakatiwala sa inyo at ipapadala sa amin, paki-check po na may nakasulat na copy for Malayan Colleges, Laguna. Kasi yun po ay required. Ayan. So my kids mentioned the teacher was asking something at needing response at around 10 p.m. Kaya paki-email po sa akin, seniorhighschool@mcl.edu.ph. Ano po yung hinihingi na yan ng 10 p.m.? Yan po ba ay academic requirement? Baka naman po yan ay pro-life o sun-life. Ay mas masaklap pong kwento yan. Kaya po i-email po sa akin yan para maayos natin yan at matanong natin, masitan natin kung ano ang nagaganap na transaksyon ng alas 10 ng gabi. Kaya napakaganda itong CyberLounge kahit punta ako isa-isa sa bahay yung mga teacher ko po, hindi ko matatapos yan sa gabi. Di ba? Hindi ko mababantayan yan. Kaya ang pinakamaganda po talaga, nire-report ng mga magulang. Teka, bakit alas 10 na? Ay humihingi pa ng mga requirements ang teacher. Diba? Naniniwala po ako na hindi yan okay. Kayo nga, hindi na okay yan. Ako din po, hindi ako na okay yan dyan. Kaya lang, paano natin malalaman at maaayos sa mga bagay-bagay kung hindi po ninyo i-report. Kaya paki-email po, seniorhighschool@mcl.edu.ph. Mabilis po ako mag-reply. Makaka-relate dito si Ana. Dito yung mga nag-i-email sa akin na nare-replyan ko kagad. Ayan. One case lang naman, but that is the basis of my earlier feedback. Yung isang case po na ganyan, mauulit po yan pag hindi na-call yung attention. Di ba po? Kaya, ano naman po yan, huwag niyong isipin na na pagagalitan namin yung teacher. Yun naman po ay reminder lang. Teachers, meron po tayong agreement na no requirements, deadline, and whatever after 9 p.m. Diba? So, ayan po, magulang na rin po ang nagsasabi na baka hindi na okay yon for the children. And kahit yung teacher din. Diba? Dapat nagpapahinga na siya ng mga ganong oras. Diba? Sa mga ganong oras, ang mga magulang at mga bata ay dapat nagpapahinga at nagpe-Facebook na lang. Pati ang teachers, ganun din dapat. Ayan. Pasend po. Pasend po ng email para lang po ma-remind namin yung mga teachers. Pero kahit habang hinihintay ko yung email na ninyo, mamaya bago ako uminom ng tubig, dahil 2 oras na po itong CyberLounge, mag-i-email na ako sa mga coordinators at teachers about the concerns that were raised during the CyberLounge. Some requirements were asked 1 week lead time, but close to exam week, should there be considerations, the requirements were submitted to be clear. Ayan. Next week po, patawarin niyo muna ako ngayong week na to dahil inire-review namin ang mga syllabus. Next week po, kalabitin niyo yung anak niyo. Patingin nga ng tawag dito, ng syllabus sa mga subjects. Tingnan niyo po dun sa syllabus, ikumpara niyo yan dun sa previous semester, nakalagay na po ang deadline. So kahit na ang deadline ay week 15, week 16, week 17, nakalagay na yan ng week 1 pa lang. Okay? So pag nakita nyo doon na may ganyang kaso na 1 week lang, tapos sabay-sabay yung, makikita nyo naman yan 10 courses, nilatag nyo yung mga syllabus, nakita nyo sabay-sabay lahat ng mga deadline. Diba? Pagka ganun, report nyo na sa amin. Baka naman nakaligtaan din namin tingnan. Diba? Kaya ang talagang magandang ngayon, ang magandang approach ngayon, ipatrol mo. Diba? Ibalita nyo po sa amin, i-feedback nyo po sa amin kung ano pwedeng gawin para ma-arrest ng maayos. Hindi po yung depressed na yung bata sa sobrang dami ng requirements, saka nyo ko pupuntahan at sasabihin nyo patulong. Medyo mahirap po yun. Marami ng mga relasyong nasira sa mga ganong sitwasyon. Kaya pinakamaganda po niyan ay report nyo na kagad pagkakita nyo pa lang ng syllabus para ma-check na ni SES at ni EMS yung mga syllabus ng Language at Humanities and Social Sciences dahil baka maraming mga ganong kaso. Pag may nakita rin kayo mga 3-5 video na requirement, tapos pinapapasa lahat ay March 16, dahil nagsabay-sabay lang sila, gusto lang nila March 16, favorite nila yung 16. I-report nyo po sa senior high school at mcl.edu.ph para makita po natin kung talagang may pagkakamali doon at may ayos yung scheduling. How will I know if my child is part of the 10% of the strand? You will be receiving an email from the Student Affairs Office as part of their communication strategy on informing the students who qualified for the academic incentive. Even po, grades are not reflecting in the parent portal. Ayan po. Magandang yan. Yung parent portal po, ito, hihingi po ako ng pangunawa at paumanhin sa mga magulang dahil ang parent portal po kasi natin ay nakakonfigure sa trimester, sa trimestral. Nung tayo po ay nag-transition sa semestral ng senior high school ngayong taon, hindi pa po nahahabol si parent portal. Pero siya po ay ginagawa na sa ngayon. Ang pinrioritize lang po natin ay yung migration ng grades viewing ng mga bata sa 1MCL na nagawa na. So kasunod po niya na dadating yung parent portal. Thank you po na interesado kayong makita yung grades ng mga bata, pero paumanin nga po na wala pang ganyan ngayon sa parent portal. Pero asahan po natin na maihahabol natin yan. Ngayon, ano po ang pwedeng gawin para makita ninyo ang grades ng wala sa parent portal? Tanungin nyo po yung bata at sabihin na ipakita sa inyo yung 1MCL. Okay? So makikita po sa 1MCL yung grades ng mga bata for the first semester. Okay? Meron pa ba mga tanong? Are you going to issue an ID for the students? Yes po. Ginagawa po ang mga ID sa ngayon. Kaya lang po, paano nyo makukuha sa ngayon? Yung po ang problema natin. Baka pag nag-release tayo ng ID, magpuntahan lahat dito. Hindi pa naman po kailangan dahil ang ID naman po supposed to be ay badge or pass para makapasok ng campus. Kaya yan po ay i-issue sa inyo, binayaran nyo po yan. Ang concern lang po natin ay yung releasing yan. Kung magpapabukas po ng school for that, na rather ng face-to-face classes, madali naman po yung i-issue. Okay? Pero bibigay po yan definitely. Paano malalaman kung wala pang Form 137? Mapapansin nyo po, nasa website po, may email advisory kami. Pwede nyo tanungin si Miss Monica Salandanan. Reply ko na nga lang dito. Ayan po. Please email MGO Salandanan at mcl.edu.ph para ma-check po ninyo kung may Form 137 na yung bata. Okay. Until now, di pa ako nakapag-create ng parent portal. Ayaw mag-proceed. Who can help me on this? Please email helpdesk@mcl.edu.ph. Ayan. Kasi po, ang baka po possible, baka mali po ako, possible na problem niyan, yung email address na na-register ninyo nung nag-enroll yung bata ay may error, kaya hindi kayo mabigyan ng access sa parent portal. Pero yan po ay naaayos. Kailangan nila po mag-email sa MCL, dyan sa helpdesk@mcl.edu.ph dahil may mga tanong po silang, may mga security questions sila na ibibigay sa inyo na kayo lang makakasagot. Kaya gustuin ko man pong i-facilitate yung transaction na yan. Hindi po namin magagawa dahil sa data privacy restrictions. Kaya para po mapadali, kayo na po ang mag-email sa helpdesk and they will assist you on how to gain access sa parent portal. Okay? So, I think yun na po yung mga questions. Pag meron po ako nalampasan na questions, may solution po dyan. Para po, ayan, itatype ko po dito. For other questions and inquiries, please email seniorhighschool@mcl.edu.ph. Okay? So, yun po ang ating panghuli na. Kung may mga other concerns na hindi ko na-address, please email seniorhighschool@mcl.edu.ph and I will be happy to respond to your emails and clarifications on various matters. Okay, so as promised, it's 12:01. I think it's time for us to end this. By the way, meron pong another session for grade 12. Baka may kakilala kayong parents ng grade 12, may anak kayong grade 12. Feel free to join the CyberLounge this afternoon. Even though kung may mga kakilala kayong hindi naka-attend, pero grade 11, pwede silang mag-join sa grade 12 session later dahil 80% of the discussions will be the same. Okay, so on behalf of our President, Dr. Reynaldo B. Bea, our Executive Vice President, Engineer Anthony Hilmer Medrano, the Vice Presidents and the entire administration's team of Malayan Colleges Laguna Amapua School, nagpapasalamat po ako sa mga parents ng grade 11. Ang pag-attend nyo po sa CyberLounge is a proof that you are committed to collaborate with the school to bring the best for our students, your children, and sana po ay magtuloy-tuloy po ito. We'll be scheduling another 2 events. Take note. Kinocommit ko na po ito. Take note, coordinators. Come February, we will be having the recognition day for grade 11 and grade 12 students. Natuwa si Miss Ems. And another CyberLounge session for parents this coming February and March. Para po yung continuous communication natin ay dire-diretso at open sa isa't isa. So again, thank you very much. Thank you to our parents, to our coordinators, particularly Mrs. and Miss Ems for co-facilitating, co-moderating this CyberLounge session for grade 11. So sana po ay simulan natin ng maayos itong grade 11 para po ito ay matapos din ng tayo ay magkakasundo at tayo po ay nagkakaisa for our common goal for our students. So ingat po kayo and stay tuned for another session of CyberLounge this afternoon for grade 12 and another series for the month of February. Maraming salamat po and magandang hapon. Happy lunch po sa ating lahat.